Hey everybody, Snipertheladiesman here. Welcome back to Drakengard 2. Alright, so last episode, we were chasing after the airship that took Manah away from us. And now we're in the shrine where the Knights of Seal are. And we are trying to, well, get her back, obviously. And with the seamless, endless waves of enemies, doesn't seem like this is going to get any easier. Oh, that's so awesome! Seriously, that's the thing about this game. Like, as maybe a lot of fan, like the big fan base of this game, of this series would say that, you know, Drakengard 2 did so many different things that kind of made it, I guess, you know, like too different from the first one, that they expected to be more dark or you know, or whatever. And that, but I mean, just there's so much cool stuff in this. I mean, there just is. I don't know how else to put it. There is just so much, just really cool stuff in here. I mean, like, if you were to probably compare, like, actual combat, I would probably say Drakengard 2 over Drakengard 1. Only because I find that... Only because I find that Drakengard 2's isn't as repetitive as Drakengard 1. You know, like, you can actually unlock... not only is it easier ways to not only upgrade weapons rather than counting kills, count experience, just like the characters, but you know, you can unlock different skills for those weapons that can actually help you and make it not repetitive, so you don't just keep on pressing square the entire time. Even though you do tend to do that, even someone like me, even though I do tend to do that regardless, only because, well, some of the abilities or some of the moves are just way too hard to use. Pretty much everything from Yurik's combos are just unbelievably hard to use. Some of Manah's are. I'll be perfectly honest. It's more or less timing rather than it is, like, you know, rather than it is just, you know, actually pressing the right buttons. I find it's kind of a little bit more timing. Okay, so I guess there's nothing up here, just enemies. But yeah, like, unlike in Drakengard 1, where it was just whenever your sword flashes, that's when you can that's when you can use your attack. You know, yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, it was still timing in that because you still have to be sort of precise on it. But this one, that, you know, the slightest bit of an extra, you know, square button can kind of screw you all up. Alright, so now that I know we're definitely going the right way, well, there's only two ways, so it's a 50-50 draw, whichever way was actually going to give me sort of an audio clue telling me this is probably the right way. And now, speaking on the whole, again, the whole Drakengard kind of a thing here, as pretty much I should in a Let's Play. Now, Drakengard 3, I think, is like a month and a half or so, like, around the corner. It's pretty close. It's coming up pretty close. Now, I haven't yet actually, what am I trying to say? I haven't actually yet pre-ordered the game, but I mainly want to actually try to find out if it's possible to pre-order the game without going to the Square Enix site, because I do know that was, like, I don't know if it's still, like, at the time the only way to pre-order the game, but it's still, I guess, maybe it's still currently the only way you can do it. I kind of hope not, because I find that kind of, I don't know, it, like, hinders the, I don't know, not really hinders the value of it, but just, I don't know, like, like how is someone like me supposed to be basically be able to get the game like right away, you know, day one kind of thing, if it has to be shipped over to me? You know, like if I pre-order it online, is it just gonna be pretty much like anything else? And boy, am I losing health fast. Yeah. Like, is it pretty much just gonna be like anything else that you get online, that you don't have to wait a certain amount of days and such until it gets like, you know, shipped out, transferred over to wherever you live, and then, you know, like there's gotta be something like that's gotta happen. I mean, I would imagine, at least, as much as I kind of wouldn't want it to, but I just kind of want to put this out as kind of maybe an open question. Has anybody yet pre-ordered the game? And if so, have you been able to pre-order it from anywhere else besides the Square Enix store? And also, I guess for a third question, if not, maybe you're a little bit more, you know, I don't know.
Manah? Answer me. General Gizmo took her. What did you say? What does Gizmo want with Manah?
Huh. But anyways, like the third question basically is, if you have pre-order, if you have, oh, that was a mistake by me. But like if you have pre-ordered it from the Square Enix store, and if you know for sure that is the first way, let me know. But also, I want to kind of know, you know, because I know there are more, I guess, like more tech savvy and more people out there who know obviously a lot more stuff than I do. If you kind of know the whole thing of how shipping works, and if that is actually the only way you can get it, I would please let me know. I should one of these days just actually walk over the EB Games that's fairly nearby my house. I don't know if I've told yet, but yeah, like EB Games is like pretty close to my house actually. And yeah, you know, as much as you don't want, as much as, you know, everyone else is like, oh, you know, GameStop sucks with, you know, I don't know, with buybacks and stuff like that. That, oh, you know, I originally bought this game for $60 and I was done with it. Then I went back to GameStop and sold it, and then they only wanted like they wanted like $5 on it for stuff like that. To be perfectly honest, I haven't actually had a problem with them. Like, I do kind of find that if it literally is something like that, where like if a game is only like, you know, two months old or something, and where you bought it like pretty much where you bought it at full price, and then they're asking like, you know, anywhere under, if they're asking like anything under than like, you know, half of what it is. I mean, like, I do understand, you know, they have to. God damn. Oh my god, stop it. Stop doing your attacks in unison. You know, like, I understand they have to make money too, believe me, I do. I completely get that they have to make money, so, you know, it's like if, it's like if you owned, it's like if you owned a GameStop or something, or, you know, EB Games or whatever. I shouldn't say a GameStop, because isn't that like the actual company or something that owns EB Games? Anyways, I'm not even sure how that whole thing works. But you know, it's like if you owned an EB Games, and wouldn't it feel better to you know, to actually know that you made, like, you know, say $30 over you bought back a game and got $20, you know? So I do kind of get it, why they kind of do that way. You know, but again, I don't know, that's a whole big discussion for another time. I know a lot of people have had many different experiences. Obviously, mostly negative. Believe me, it has for the most part been negative. Actually, how much experience do I need left for? Wow, so I've already dropped 8,000 experience into this thing already. That's That's pretty good. I'm surprised by that. That's actually really good of how much experience I've already dropped into this thing. But yeah, so again, majority of the stuff that I've heard, you know, it's that it's always been negative, basically never positive, and I can get both sides. Believe me, I can understand, you know, how one person may feel negative about them compared to how someone may feel, you know, not as negative, because I'm pretty sure there's never really a positive thing to actually say. But well, I'll kind of say positives that, you know, I kind of actually, like, I don't actually technically know the guys that work there, but, you know, I get along with them pretty well. They're, you know, they obviously seem like, you know, the gamer type. They know what they're doing. You know, so that's kind of always obviously good to know. You don't want to be talking about, you know, whole gaming stuff with someone who doesn't really follow the industry and stuff that well, and then being like, you know, talking all this game knowledge and mumbo jumbo and stuff like that, and then them just like nicely nodding their heads saying, "Oh yeah, that I've played that. That seems, you know, cool and all. Listen, do you just want to just buy this so you can stop talking to me, because I don't understand what the fuck you're talking about." Excuse my language, by the way. You know, but I definitely do, I definitely do get along with them. They again seem like really you know, cool guys, and again definitely know what they're talking about. Actually, there's actually kind of a little bit of a funny story of one of the first times I went to the EB Games that was over by my house. I know this is completely driving sort of away from the original topic or whatever, but yeah. So I was this is back when Resistance 2 came out, and I was actually playing it. I was kind of bored. Well, not bored with the game. My friend was at my house, and he said, you know, he bought this one game, and he said he was like halfway through the game or something, or almost beat it. And he said it's a lot of fun, and, you know, I was kind of like, okay, can I try it out? And yeah, it was Resistance 2, and you know, I thought, you know, I was playing a little bit. I thought it was a lot of fun, and I was like, oh, so, and I was asking him, so did you play the first one? And he's like, no, never did. So I thought that was kind of funny that he immediately jumped to the second game, didn't even bother with the first one. So I went over to the EB Games near my house, and okay, yeah. So I went over to the EB Games near my house, and I thought it was pretty funny that, well, and then I was actually going to buy. I actually was going to buy the first game, Resistance Fall of Man. And when I went to actually buy it, I think, like, yeah. So when I went to actually buy it, it was like $30. It was $30 back then, and so what happened is that after I bought the game and stuff, and I went back home, I went to check the game. He put the Resistance. He put Resistance. Right? No, wait. Okay. I'm actually a little bit mixed up with my story, because no, yeah, no, it was right. Okay, so yeah, so I was asking for Resistance Fall of Man. He gave me Resistance 2, a game that when it first came out was $60, for the price of Fall of Man, which was $30. But he put it in the Resistance 1 case. So I had Resistance 2 in a Resistance 1 case that I can never sell back, by the way. I couldn't go back to them and be like, hey, so I'm done with this game. And then he opens up, oh, Resistance Fall of Man. Opens it up, sees Resistance 2. Well, where's Resistance 1's game, or where's Resistance 2's case? You know, so I thought that, so I always kind of thought that was actually, it was a really kind of a funny thing. And at this moment, I don't actually think I've actually currently have the game. I got rid of it somehow. I don't know how. Somehow I was able to get rid of it. I think maybe I think maybe eventually. I completely forget what actually happened. Auror's Lion Blade. Cool. Huh, so obviously Nowe definitely took a lot of inspiration from his blade to Auror's from his Auror's blade. That's pretty cool. Mainly it's the handle with the spikes. That's the main inspiration I could definitely see. Alright, yeah, so as you can see, the weapon here that, you know, I got the level 4, 70 attack power. I checked through my entire list. The only weapon I think that has the closest amount of damage, okay, not counting spears, especially this one. Yeah, basically, for swords and whatever, that's my strongest, sword. But yeah, so I've got a couple other weapons. I found Haunch's spear, like the first guardian or the second guardian that we faced or whatever. And yeah, so I found her spear, and holy crap, look at the difference. 18, 18, and 20. Those are all the spears I have. This one's 112. Not only that, but 140 guard break. Like, wow. Like, just wow. Alright, so I think what I want to do... Okay, I want to keep that for sure. I'm kind of thinking I want to get rid of that. Okay, this one actually has a different ability, too. Horn of Justice. Okay, I'll probably leave that for a later time. Alright, let's put some healing potions back in here. I think that's it. Yeah. And do I have an accessory? Oh yeah, 25 physical. I don't know, was that from last time? I feel like that was from last time, that I had a reduced 25% physical damage. I feel like that was, yeah, I feel like that was from last couple episodes. Oh man, my throat's so dry from just talking on and on. Well, duh, that's what a Let's Play is. I'm surprised. Anyway, so I'm gonna leave it there for today. So next episode we will hopefully rescue Manah, and maybe I won't have to say that every single episode that we're going to rescue her, and then 5 episodes down the road, oh, by the way, we're still going to rescue her. So hopefully that's going to happen soon. Anyway, so thank you everybody for watching. Like, comment, subscribe if you're a fan of Drakengard. Share this video with any of your friends who are a fan of Drakengard, Sly Cooper, or any of the videos that I've done. And finally, for Nowe, we will see you all next time.